You're watching the news at 5 on the ABC 10 Information Network. I'm Giacomo. Luca. Happy 4th of July weekend, and many are celebrating the holiday early on the river, in our lakes, and in the Sierra. This is a really welcome sight. After years and years of drought, the climate is finally providing extra water and some snow to enjoy. Check it out. People from all over the world are heading up to the hill, up to Squaw Valley to ski during the last big weekend of the season. Now, Squaw's Freedom Festival is well underway. This is the 4th time ever the ski resort has been open during the 4th of July weekend. Now, we're told that they still have a good 7 feet of snow at the top of the mountain.
We opened at 8:30 this morning. There's a lot of happy skiers and riders out there. We've got 5 chairlifts running, serving some really nice beginner and intermediate terrain. And of course, a terrain park with 5 jumps and 5 jibs.
Now, you can still ski at Squaw until Tuesday. Then sometime next week, staff are going to decide whether or not they're going to close the slopes for the summer. But we're told there's a chance that they're still going to open again next Saturday, which would mark the longest season ever in the history of Squaw Valley. Now, if you're a pet owner and you live in the city of Sacramento, you might want to listen up. The city's cracking down on pet licenses, and that is beginning right today. As we've been reporting over the last week, if your pet isn't licensed, you could face up to a $300 fine. Now, we're told there's an estimated 250,000 dogs and cats living in homes in Sacramento, yet barely 10% of those pets are licensed. Now, the Front Street Animal Shelter is saying licensing your pet helps keep the city safe.
Public health, public safety. People say my dog never leaves my yard. He's not at risk, but the raccoons come in at night and drink out of his water bowl. Yes, he is.
But I feel like you've got to have your pet licensed. You got to keep track of your pet, make sure they've got the right vaccinations.
A pet license is $20. If you are fined, it can be forgiven if you bring your pet in within 30 days of your notice. Now, it is a big change for our neighbor just to the right of us. Starting at midnight, stores in Nevada begin legally selling recreational marijuana. Now, there's still many restrictions in place, but as Brian Callahan shows us, many are still celebrating.
We're kind of doing a be part of history, prohibition, a celebration.
More than a dozen dispensaries are rolling out the red carpet to celebrate the start of recreational marijuana sales in Nevada.
The fight's not over. We have a lot to do, but as far as how far we've come, I think a lot of us in the industry, we're very proud today.
While many are celebrating the occasion, many customers may have to settle for edibles instead of joints. That's because you can't legally smoke marijuana in public, in hotel rooms, or in apartments.
If somebody chooses to consume marijuana in that hotel room, then they're putting themselves at risk of being fined or being asked to leave. So they do have to find private venues where they have permission of the owner.
Those in the marijuana industry say consumption is the #1 issue it faces, with an estimated 60% of purchases expected to be made by tourists. That will leave the majority of clients looking for somewhere to smoke.
We need to answer a lot of these questions for our locals and tourists, and we haven't done that yet.
Those behind Know the Facts Nevada say they want to get the word out so people use responsibly and keep the industry moving forward.
I feel like we're as prepared as any state could be going into recreational.
If you want to buy marijuana in Nevada, you're going to have to use cash. Marijuana is still illegal on a federal level, so dispensaries deal only in cash. The business is expected to rake in millions of dollars in taxes for the state. And beginning January 1st, 2018, recreational marijuana sales will begin in some parts of California. That's because voters passed Prop 64 last November. It's illegal for anyone over the age of 21 to carry and use up to an ounce of marijuana. But people need to remember that recreational marijuana is still illegal under federal law. For more detailed rules on marijuana in your area, including sales and cultivation, head to our website at abc10.com.
Well, he got shot in the back. He a good dude, so it's just sad to hear something like that happen to a good person like that.
It's a headline that's hard to hear. Overnight, a mass shooting in Arkansas left dozens of people injured. Tonight, police are trying to figure out why 28 people were shot inside a nightclub in Little Rock. The victims range in age from 16 to 35 years old. 2 of them are in critical condition. And as Adrienne Bankert reports, the mayor of Little Rock says the club will be shut down.
Gunfire inside the Power Ultra Lounge shortly after 2 a.m. More More than 24 shots fired in 11 seconds. Chaos.
Just heard some gunshots go off, hit the ground, try to take off running, and by the time you try to take off running, some more gunshots came.
A club goer capturing the gunshots and screams as people scramble to get out of the line of fire.
28 individuals in total were injured. 25.
That was Adrian Bankert reporting. Thank you. According to a group that collects and analyzes data, the Gun Violence Archive says 170 mass shootings have occurred in the U.S. just this year. Take a look at this map. Some of those mass shootings happened in California, including 2 right here in Sacramento. Back in March, 4 men were injured in a drive-by shooting outside of a quinceañera, and in April, 5 people were shot outside a house party. A mass shooting occurs whenever 4 people or more are injured or killed at a single location. The Gun Violence Archive says that they collect this data to provide independent and verified information for researchers. They say they have no affiliation with any advocacy organization. And hoping to crack down on violence, dozens of officers are patrolling Oak Park this weekend. It's a part of the city's response to a recent string of violence. The city's Sacramento Police Department says that while overall crime is down in the area, there have been several high-profile shootings in the past few weeks that led to 2 deaths. In a separate case, a woman who was 8 months pregnant was shot while walking across the street. The woman and her baby are expected to be okay, but the Sacramento Police Department says they're trying to do whatever they can to prevent this from happening again.
Over the past week, we've been meeting with some of our elected officials as well as our community leaders to really develop a strategic plan on how to approach this crime, this violent crime that's been going on in these neighborhoods, and really trying to engage with the community and find out what their concerns are.
Sacramento police are also sponsoring several community events in Oak Park. There will be a community barbecue at McClatchy Park tomorrow afternoon. And remember, the ABC 10 Information Network is always on. Right now, we're on Facebook. We're talking about the president's latest tweets. This morning, President Trump slammed election officials over voter data requests, and he's defending his use of Twitter, saying it's all a part of a modern-day presidency. And you have to see it to believe it. A tree struck by lightning in Granite Bay gets a new life as a piece of art. Check out the pictures and let us know what you think. It's all happening on the ABC 10 Facebook page. And still ahead on the news at 5, rumors about the future of grocery stores circulating after that Amazon Whole Foods announcement. We've been looking into what that deal could really mean for stores in California. We'll be right back.